Live.
Hello and welcome back to the Gilded Dice, where we play the Storm King's Thunder. So, I know we usually go play Thursdays, but we're playing Wednesday today because we can. Last session, you guys were in a little tricky situation. You know what? This music doesn't fit this movie. I'm just realizing it's throwing me right off. We're gonna kick it back. We're gonna slow it down.
Start the whole thing over.
Yeah.
Go
Scratch.
Oh yes, you got the logo up. You got the avatar for Demon Tail.
Yeah, the one that
we're working
looks...
on. All
It
right.
looks so good.
That was the whole holdup.
That's so
Where
good.
is it? I don't even see that.
Oh, I thought he was changing it on the character list underneath
No.
the screen.
All right.
I can see that actually.
So, back to the story at hand. You guys found yourself at Noanar's Holds, completing that kind of story arc, stuck in a really tricky situation. One that was hopeless and just a terrible one to begin with. You attempted to save Lucius, your ex-companion, and in doing so, put yourself into a more precarious situation. The Lord Vale, Lord of the Wild Hunt, said, "You may leave," but he's keeping the warlock with him. So you guys left. And we're going to formulate some sort of plan to rescue your companion, but it was already too late. The moment you left that hold, Lucius's fate was sealed. And so upon returning to your ship, a massive explosion occurred. An eruption, like a volcano, blew up Noanar's Hold and the city beside it, killing everything and everyone, including the lords. You're not sure why that happens, but it was almost like the nine hells themselves exploded upon Noanar's Hold in some sort of revenge killing. You had rescued Tralt, your one surviving member of what you learned was the Red Dawn, an adventuring party that flew on an airship called the Red Dawn and named themselves as such. They journeyed together like you guys did and went on adventures like you guys did and watched sunsets together like you guys don't do.
I did, okay? I tried.
But Tralt, the youngest and the last surviving member, watched the sunset with you guys one last time before ending his life because he had nothing left to live for. Because his family was dead, and he watched it all happen. So upon that, you guys tried to navigate your aircraft, your airship Grim, to a safer destination, a city, where you can find a pilot, find someone that can help you. Flew and flew. It was a rough ride, and your airship took some damage. But you made it. You made it. On course, surprisingly, to the city of Everlund, a merchant city. Upon there, Rogadar sailed the ship to make sure that nothing would be stolen from the ship. As you guys carrying a lot of artifacts, the rest of you entered town. Sad and heartbroken, and Zaya just left, but she went back.
I mean, I can hear Michael, and he can hear me.
Upon arriving in the city, you found your way, through, with the help of the guards, to a tavern, an inn tavern, called the River Dasher. The River Run, sorry. Where you guys found a room and some place to just relax for the moment. At which point, a strange-looking character, a red Tiefling, exclaiming in a drunken stupor to the fans all about him that he was the hero of Phandalin. That's where we left off. Now, we can kick it back to the tavern music. Stand by.
What? Boy.
Zaya's computer just restarted, so she will be back in just a moment.
What's a computer?
I
have one.
Her arcane tablet is going to it's starting at the moment. All right, so you guys are in the tavern, and you are yeah. What do you guys want to do? As you now look at this red Tiefling, swashbuckling-looking type, a sailor-looking type, in a drunken little stupor, claiming to be the
Wearing a
hero.
nice hat.
Yeah, that too.
I ask Zaya for her Sunset Stein.
Zaya
Yes.
hands over her Sunset Stein.
You're just going.
What?
Thank you, Zaya. Oh, that was so easy. I didn't expect it
I'm
to.
assuming Wolverbane wants it,
Yeah. Well,
but I keep an eye on it because I want it back.
So I want it to be full. So whatever How does that work?
Well, you take the Sunset Stein, and you guys had used it a few times already. No, a couple days have passed.
He would know how to use it.
Oh, I know how to use it. Okay, so I think of beer, and it fills up. I walk up behind Demon Tail as he's
I'm sitting at the bar,
Right at the
like
bar?
facing outward, but
Okay.
has a crowd gathered at my
Yeah, so
exclamation?
you start to see like people kind of gathering around for a tale. They're bringing their drinks. A couple of females just swoon at the sight of this dashing red-skinned tiefling.
Okay, so
all
I want
gathering
to
for a story.
push through. He could probably just see me right away, but I want to slam.
Yeah.
I want to slam.
Can I just
slam
say
the
that
tanker
Zaya's a
down.
little... Oh,
I want to slam the tanker down and say,
okay.
"Here's a drink for the hero of Phandalin. I want to hear a tale."
I turn and actually, like, as he's approaching, I kind of eye him as he comes over, and he slams the drink down, and I just grab him around like his waist, I guess, because he's so tall, and I say, "Wolverbane, I haven't seen you in ages. Everyone. Wolverbane here, this large fellow, was my sidekick when I saved the village of Phandalin from its dark fate and the Black Spider."
I jollily, I laugh. Sidekick, DT, you're a funny guy, and I kind of just like noogie his head.
I kind of whisper, "Hey, just play along, all right?"
So, hero of Phandalin, what brings you to? I don't know the name of this town. What?
Everlund.
Yeah, but like I forget the name of this town. We just flew here. This little place.
Little place.
Little place.
Everlund is far bigger than Phandalin, you must remember.
Have you only been staying in Phandalin and haven't explored the rest of the huge cities in the world?
Well, I had to get here somehow. I've obviously been around.
Well, I have all night.
Well, come now. Surely we can talk about more exciting things. Look at this crowd that we've gathered. Let's regale them with tales of how we saved Phandalin from the Black Spider.
Let's do that.
And then Demon Tail launches into... That's, like, permission enough. So Demon Tail launches into this whole, like, full, highly embellished, like, tale of how he kind of single-handedly, but with the help of a couple of lower people, rescued Phandalin from the plot of the Black Spider and discovered Wegveko Cave and helped the town to rebuild and get to where it is today.
And the green young dragon was actually a red ancient dragon.
Yeah, and it was a red ancient dragon.
I don't correct him on that.
And
I add
actually,
details on-
I do in my story hold this elf, Eldon, in high regard and talk about how he sacrificed himself, and if it weren't for his bravery and for his sacrifice, I never would have been able to save the town of Phandalin. And for that, I am eternally grateful.
And I add the detail, Eldon, the great elf hero with his magical bow that was covered in notches from every kill he's ever made. There was no more room. And when he sacrificed himself, the last notch just went magically inscripted itself on the bow. And it was laid at the foot of the Eldon's tree, as we called it, in which the tree grew around it in like a trophy, just like it grew another 20 feet up, and it's just floating there.
I say, indeed, if you travel towards Phandalin to this day, you can still visit Eldon's tree and see his name inscribed upon the wood.
The crowd
I whisper,
just like,
Wolverbane, I had no idea you were such a good storyteller.
I love me a good embellishment.
the crowds have just kind of pressed in and are like in awe by your story. Some of them flip you a few coins, demon tail. You get a couple of gold coins coming your way. Some of them offer to buy you drinks. They're like lining up to buy the Hero of Phandalin drinks. A little kid comes up to you and asks for an autograph. She's got a little parchment and a little ink quill thing.
Yeah, I gladly offer an autograph. I sign it, Demon Tail, the Hero of Phandalin.
I let him have it. I'm just happy to see him.
She's
After all the events that transpired on the
So once the crowd sort of subsides and I've got like a lineup of drinks just on the counter to sort of make my way through at my leisure, I turn and I say, "So, Wolverbane, what brings you to Everlund? You set out some time ago."
I've been actually pretty rude. I'm here with several friends. They're over at a table. Why don't we let me introduce you?
Absolutely. And I wrap my arms around like the 5 or 6 mugs and I just bring them over to the table.
They're just like sloshing as you go.
My tail's like flapping behind me as I go.
I return the Sunset Stein to Zaya.
Oh, thank you.
Friends, this is an old pal of mine. We were companions in Phandalin when we were saving the world. He calls himself the Hero of Phandalin. We all know I'm the Hero of Phandalin, but we're both heroes.
There's
We're both
another
heroes,
Hero of Phandalin?
And
There's only one Hero of Phandalin. I mean, come on.
I mean, Wolverine? Right, this is our friend, right? Our Wolverine guy?
this
is that what he's been telling you this whole time?
I mean, I'm a little confused because I thought he was.
I look around the table, so only Cortion and Zaya are there, right?
Yes.
Rogadar is back at the ship.
oh
Yes.
Okay. I kind of I shake Cortion's hand, and then I turn and I say, "And who is this lovely lady with the rainbow-colored hair?"
Well, I am so glad you asked. My name is Zaya Windtopple, but you might know me already. I mean, you've seen me on stage before, perhaps. My name on stage is Glitterlots, and I perform. See, when you were here, I thought you were trying to steal the arts, but I realize now that you're just Wolverine's friend. And Wolverine here is my #1 fan. So does that make you #2? Since you're the #2 Hero of Phandalin, you're my #2 fan as well?
I kind of shrug and I say, "I guess that does make me your #2 fan." Name's
Well,
Demon
look
Tail.
at that! This is amazing!
Or at least that's what folks call me. And you're welcome to do the same.
Okay,
I
so
call him DT. That just started today, but
like downtown?
well, his name is Demon Tail. Did I introduce you guys yet? Demon Tail. This is Zaya. This is Cortion. We've been traveling for some time, except Cortion's fairly new, but he's very useful if you die.
I want to bend to kiss Zaya's hand.
Yes.
And as I do so, I want to try and pluck a copper out of her pocket.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh.
What's your passive perception?
It's 18, so he...
Plus 10. Now that's a rogue. That's a rogue for you.
All right.
How much did you take?
Just 1 copper. And then I'm going to do the cheesy thing, and like as I come up from kissing your hand, I like pull it out from behind your ear and offer it to you.
You do magic tricks? That's awesome!
I've been known to do a little magic from time to time. Wolverbane can attest I once convinced a beholder that I was a wizard.
That was a fun moment.
So what happened? You were a wizard? Or you're a wizard? You were
Of course
a wizard?
not, no. But I convinced a beholder that I was a wizard once.
Whoa, that's impressive. Tell me more, because, you know, this is a tale that we can retell later.
I say, well, were you listening as I told the entire tavern earlier? The tale?
Oh, I mean, I was too busy looking at who was my #2 fan, but now I found
Well, I'd be happy to tell the whole thing again if it won't bore you.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that I heard it. I just wasn't able to hear as a player. Sorry.
We've heard this already. We don't need it twice in one night. But
No, I was
do
just
tell me.
curious.
I'm telling Demon Tail. But you have to let me know, what have you been doing all this time? Where's Minley? Where's Osivor?
Okay, so I'm gonna defer this question. Demon Tail says that Ozavar is.
Do it.
Am I on push talk? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, cool. Well, last of what Demon Tail knew, Osivor had gone north to travel with the other elves with Eldon. I forget where they're from. It's been a while. So he's sort of just been traveling with them, sort of checking out their culture, and then after a bit he would have just gone back to his usual wanderings and just travel town to town, see where he could lend an aid, kill any undead that might be around.
And as for Minley,
Are you differing that as well?
yeah, unless you want me to make something up.
I kind of want you to make something up, but I mean, I can make it up as well. But I don't really care that much. I'm curious. I'm actually curious to know what you have in mind.
I didn't really think too much about it.
Okay, so I'll just make something up right now.
Just to the point where you parted ways with Demon Tail. Like,
Yeah,
what would you
exactly.
do?
I can only
Yeah.
tell what happened up to when you left Phandalin, if you left Phandalin.
Yeah, I assume like that she would have went, gathered, because I forget, did that other, sorry. When we fought the dragon, there was that one druid that was like, that leaded her, but he died. Yeah,
Rudolph died saving you guys.
he died saving us, but he guided her to somewhere near Neverwinter. I think I remember
I
that.
told you about the Emerald
Enclave, yeah.
Enclave, yeah.
So I think she would have tried to gather with like some more knowledgeable druids in order to get more knowledge and understand more the druid crafts and druid shape form and stuff. And yeah, and just try to improve her skills.
Say, I stayed the longest in Phandalin, and helped them rebuild, helped them begin their excavation of Wave Echo Cave, newly found. But
Did you find any like special magic
Like gold?
stuff down there?
Yeah.
oh well, I mean, plenty of magical things, but I decided to let the people of Phandalin have them. I mean, after all, I am their hero.
I mean, you didn't bring
That's
any
so
for us?
noble.
Well, I did keep one little souvenir of our adventure, and Demon Tail reaches into his bag and pulls out a familiar-looking ornate dagger.
Whoa, that's cool! Is there
And
gems on your
Wolverbane,
weapon?
as he holds it out to you,
I recognize it.
you see that he has kind of crudely engraved the name Eldon into the hilt of it.
Ooh.
It's a magic item.
Is there gems on it?
I don't believe so, if I recall.
It's not ornated.
Has it served you well?
Oh, I haven't had too much use of it since leaving Phandalin, but it comes in handy now and then. Anyway, it came time for me to leave when I began to feel as though I had stayed in one place for too long.
Sorry.
Oh, please,
I understand that.
continue.
What do you do on your everyday adventures other than just screaming to the population about being the hero of Phandalin, of course?
That's a very effective tactic for getting free
Demon
drinks.
Tail kind of shrugs. He says, "Oh, make no mistake, I am no bard. I just like to regale people of the tales as I travel from town to town. It's a bit of fun to have during the evenings.
But hey, if you want to join Glitterlux and Co., you know where to find me."
I kind of take off my hat and bow to you and kind of put it back on and say,
It's tempting offer, right?
I'm sorry?
It's a tempting offer, right?
It's very generous indeed, and perhaps something I'll take you up on one day. But first, I am saving up for a ship. It's been my dream for many years to own one of my own, And staying in Phandalin was nice and all, and it was good to have a home for once in my life, but it wasn't exactly making very much money. So I decided that it was back to the adventuring life for me.
Insight check.
All right, make an insight check.
I'm going to. So I it perk up my ears a little bit when he mentions that, and I say, "Oh, you're still trying to get that ship of yours, eh, Demon Tail?
Ah, yes.
The high seas are calling."
They have been for many years. It's getting sick of being on land all the time, to be honest with you.
Oh, you're a waterman?
I can understand that.
I used to sail. I used to sail for many years of my life.
So let me just tell you what we've been up to the past few months. You probably have heard of giants, a giant problem attacking villages, cities, dropping boulders out of the sky. We even had boulders dropped on our heads that one time. Well, apparently there is a big, and my brain kind of breaks for a second there. There's a
lot of
problem.
giants.
There's a problem with their caste system. Their hierarchy.
Yeah, that word.
Called the ordning, and that's thrown them all into chaos. They're all trying to one up each other in order to get higher up in the hierarchy. And their Allfather, that's the name of their god, is he's just left them to do this, and it's causing mass destruction and death throughout the world. So we have been appointed as the Ordning Restoration Council, and so we call ourselves TORC because it's easier, TORC, and we've been collecting artifacts in order to...
Oh, okay, I mean, they're not really important things, right? They're just like useless little trinkets, I guess? Yes.
So we're trying to restore this ordning without an all-out war breaking out. We've had some help from a dragon or two. I think just a dragon. Which is a terrifying experience, let me say. Yeah, but right now we're just wandering around collecting these artifacts so we can go to the giant strongholds and offer them something, these artifacts, to
Sounds as though the
stop
details of your
fighting.
adventure are a little fuzzy, Wolverbane.
I don't pay attention to the details. That I hit things. That's what I do. These guys point me in a direction, say bad guy. I hit him. I have a sword now. I don't have an axe.
I kind of like half-heartedly cover my mouth and say, and he did a good job of it too when he was traveling with me, the Hero of Phandalin.
So what are you like? What's the next couple weeks look like for you?
Well, you know, it's funny that you should mention that. You asked earlier what brought me as far as Everlund. Well, it wasn't long after leaving Phandalin that I came upon the city of Tribor, where I heard rumors that the giant attack that we experienced after defeating the Black Spider were in fact spread across all up and down the long road. I asked around and gathered some information, and I heard rumors that in a town to the east called Everlund, there were some scholars, people who were well versed in giant lore and culture, and so I spent the last few weeks making my way over here, hoping to perhaps upgrade from just the Hero of Phandalin to the Hero of Faerun, if you know what I mean.
Also,
I know.
What does my
And you know, if
insight check-
there's a little coin to be made along the way, all the better.
Also about my insight check.
So you're inciting his story about what was it again?
I'm curious to know if he's like chilling with us because he doesn't know us, or if he's actually on us because he knows Wolverine.
Well,
Yeah, everything about the ship was honest.
and he seems like it. So
Did you just arrive in town, or have you met with these scholars? Because we could certainly use that information.
I shake my head and say, nope, I just arrived this evening. Came straight to the tavern for a drink and to tell some tales.
It was a good plan. That was my plan too. So if you're interested in this giant problem, we're invested in this giant problem. I think we have a spot for you, if you would like to join us.
I mean, shouldn't we just
in this
talk?
grand quest? This would definitely raise your status to the hero of Faerun.
I mean, Wolverine, shouldn't we just talk about this before? I mean, we're TORC. I mean, we're Glitterlocks and Co. I mean, this is not a decision you should take by yourself.
Oh, it's okay. I know this guy. He's great.
Cartian, what do we do?
Well, Wolverine, let's have a chat tonight. Let's have a beer with your friend Demon Tail here, and he can regale us of all the tales that he's had, and we can talk about this in the morning, right?
That's what we're doing. We're regaling with the tales that we've had, and having a drink with Demon Tail.
I think Demon Tail needs an addition before he can make up with our crew.
I think word of experience is like if he was going to apply with a resume, you would also need references. I think I would be the best reference. Just putting that out there.
No, not references, like audition. Like he needs to perform something to prove us that he's worth TORC worth material.
And I say to Demon Tail, show her something with the knife.
Like a trick of some sort?
like target practice.
I kind of look. Is there
Do
like
I
a
hear
dart?
that?
Is there like a dartboard somewhere in the?
Yeah, there's like it's not a dartboard. It's like almost like a cardboard cutout, like a hay image of fire giants.
Ooh.
And they're using it as like target practice because they're just hating on giants.
Okay. I'm just gonna whip a. So I've been like kind of twirling the dagger on my fingers like the whole time, kind of sitting back, amused, listening to your conversation, and then I'll just look and kind of like throw the dagger towards the target.
Make an attack roll.
26.
Yeah, straight and true, exactly where you wanted to hit. You watch as this greenish hued dagger that has like this dark black blade, and you swear you can see almost like a liquid shining off of the blade itself, but it doesn't seem to drip, and it goes soaring through the crowd, between the crowd, and everyone gasps and feigns, and women just swoon at the sight of it, and it flies.
Did I see it happen, or like
Yeah,
I
it's-
did not even see it happen?
The crowds haven't left Demon Tail. They're all kind of standing around you guys. They're kind of watching him, waiting for him to be free.
I just turn. I turn to Zaya and I shrug and I say, "You'll find I have some skill with a blade."
This proves nothing. We need a better proof than this.
I say,
Whatever would
task-
that be?
What task would you like me to perform? I feel confident I can rise to the occasion.
I'll tell you. After your next ale, I'll tell you.
Take all the time you need. I go and I retrieve my dagger from the thing,
All right.
and then I'll sit down and start swigging my next ale.
All right.
I'm going to just get a little closer to Demon Tail and try to lower my voice a little bit, so we just have a little private conversation. And I say, you seem eager to want to join us, which is great. Like, I'd love to have you back, buddy. And I know you've been wanting a ship. You've been wanting to save up for one, and it's not for
Do
water.
I hear that happening?
It's not for water, but we have a ship that flies on air.
All right. Just make a quick stealth check versus your perception, Zaya.
I'm making a stealth check.
Yeah, if you whisper that to.
Yo, you're not gonna.
So so I'm back to sort of twirling the dagger, and as soon as Wolverine says that, like my fingers fumble and the dagger like drops to the ground. And you just see Duatel's eyes widen.
And I guess when that happens, the crowd goes quiet, but I'm still talking at its age. It's shit that goes on air.
And you're overcompensating because it's so loud.
Yeah. So I kind of like yell it into.
And I quickly sort of pick up the dagger and I say, "You guys have an airship."
We have an airship.
Wolferband, you can't tell stuff like this to strangers.
Well, you can see it. It's right outside of town. It just
Now there's
floats
just a
there.
giant grin on
he
Demon
didn't
Tail's
see
face,
it.
a twinkle in his eye.
We need someone that knows. Like we hardly made it here. We don't
Hey,
have.
I can guide this ship well.
Demon Tail,
Don't
it used,
doubt
to,
my
it used to
talent.
have a good crew. We were kind of learning. They all got slaughtered. Long story, and we are having a hard time flying it. We need some expertise. Do you want to be a captain?
I kind of.
Whoa! What's going on here? No. This is nonsense.
I mean,
Don't listen
Demon
to
Tail
Wolferband.
has
He's
this
had too much
glassed
drink.
over expression.
I take
like
my
he's just dreaming
big-
like
I take
somewhere
my-
else.
I take my big mitt and I kind of just like push her head like away, right?
Can I dodge? I don't want to be pushed away.
Your dodge versus your unarmed strike. Just make it an attack roll.
What? Against what?
What? I've had way too much.
You're trying to be gentle. Against
I've
what?
had- yeah,
Make your acrobatics. Make your dodge.
I'm trying to be gentle. I had a lot to drink.
What? No, don't push me away. What you doing? And I'll also press my earpiece and I'll say like, Rogadar, we really need you in the tavern. Can you hear me?
Shh.
Can he hear us?
Zaya, we need him.
Rogadar, can you hear us?
I'm vouching for him. He's a good guy. He can be kind of greedy, but nothing that's not like you.
Okay, I need something to prove me that I'm not making the wrong decision. Because we lost Lucius, and I also said that we need to be more careful about who we let in our group. This is not being careful about who we leave in our group. Also, what do I get about having a new member that you know and that I don't know? I mean, I don't even know if he was really a fan.
At this point, I've finished another ale. And I slam it down on the table, like jollily, not like angrily. And I say, "Well, Zaya, have you thought of a challenge yet?"
Yes, I have one challenge for you, and I put on the table my potion of great puddle.
And as you look quickly to your stein, it's already full again, Lucius. And there's like a line of people who are just waiting to pour you drinks.
You put that potion. What do I see? It's just a potion?
It's a vial of a clear liquid. It's clear that it sloshes around as it lands. And there is a label, a very ornate label, plastered on the side. It says "Potion of Great Puddle," and there's almost like a stamp of a seal that says.
I mean, I made those up, right? It's not the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a nice little label. It says "Potion of Great Puddle."
And then I say, "Sell this for me."
I say, "Well, what does it do?"
I mean, it does what the label says it does.
Creates a great puddle.
I mean, this is the best invention. Also, I made this because I learned it from a very good alchemist called Peterwinkle. Powerwinkle? I don't know. He had like a interesting, like, powerful name. Wizard, some sort, alchemist.
I don't
He
think
made
any
a
name with Winkle
potion-
in it sounds powerful.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you have power almost in your name, then it's pretty good. So basically, I mean, he had one of these potion of major puddles. So I made some of my own and I sold one. And I wanted to sell one.
I kind of think for a moment, and then I grab the potion off the table, and I say, I turn to my adoring fans, and I say,
Like, oh, he's
Yeah.
looking at me.
I say, "If I might have the grace of your attention once more, fair patrons of this fine establishment."
And then everything, and just go all hush. You hear the one person yell like to the band members, "Shut up! The Hero of Phandalin speaketh!" And silence.
Tell me, have any of you ever found yourselves on a long journey across the lands of Faerun?
and they all shoot their hands up, like obviously lying to you, but they want you to pick them, even like little children, like, yeah, me, I have.
And sometimes on those long journeys up and down the long road, taking your caravans and your families, taking your products, setting up your stalls to sell.
And a woman just hands over her baby and says, and take my child, please, take my child.
You can all agree that during the summer months, it gets incredibly hot, does it not? The sun beating down on you?
He's absolutely right. How does he know that? Oh, he's amazing.
Well, have I got a deal for you? My new companion here, Zaya Wintopple, I believe it was.
Yes, you might know me as Glitterlux as well, because I perform sometimes for you folks.
Is not only an incredibly talented bard, but also a student of the arcane. She has concocted this potion. Potion of greater puddle, it was?
It's a potion of master puddle, actually.
Master puddle.
Yeah, that's how they're called.
What you see before you, ladies and gentlemen, is a potion of master puddle. If you ever need a refreshing splash on one of those long days, if you ever need to cool off, simply take the stopper off this potion, pour it on yourself, or pour it in your mouth if you're thirsty, and all of your fatigue will simply slip away in the cool, refreshing taste of this powerful arcane potion. Now, Zaya here has only brought one of these along today, unfortunately, so I will not be able to offer it to all of you. So I thought something that might be fun to do would be to auction this potion off today. Tell me, let's say a starting bid of 5 gold pieces. That seems fair to me. A steal, really, for what you're getting. Do I hear 5 gold pieces?
Make a deception check.
And I say, but what about this puddle? What kind of grand puddle can it make if you pour it on the ground?
26.
All right. The crowd are completely enamored by your speech, and the potion. But you get the sense that it's mainly just but the way you speak, they're so like drawn in, they're so drunk that it's just an amazing thing. That half the crowd shoot their hands up.
I say, if we raise the bid to 10 gold pieces, I will personally sign the label of this bottle before giving it to you.
All right, make a persuasion check.
17.
Wow, I rolled. Jeez. At which point, an additional 5 people throw their hands up.
And I say, oh, we seem to have a lot of interested parties. Do I hear 15 gold pieces?
Another person throws their hands up at this point. It's like the giving you money is their dream. They throw their hands up.
And, I mean, I'll just carry on the auction until,
So we'll say, wow, okay. This dice is weighted. I swear this dice is weighted. Okay, there we go.
Increments of 5 gold.
So you manage to increment it twice more before it kind of dwindles off. So we'll say,
25.
yeah, you get to go 23 gold pieces.
Oh!
23 gold pieces before it kind of subsides.
I grab somebody's got to be holding me a quill at this point. I grab a quill and I sign it, Demon Tail, the Hero of Phandalin. I give it to the lucky person.
It's just this lady, this older lady, kind of a mom sort of thing. She comes over with a hand shaking, eyes wide. She takes it from you. She's like, thank you.
I hope you feel bad now.
I take her 23 gold pieces.
So before she gives the money, she says, she calls to her husband.
Oh no.
She says, can't say it straight face. She says, Hank!
You broke the DM.
Isn't it so great? This is how great they plan
She
with.
says, hey, get the children's college fund.
Oh no!
Got the children's college fund. We gotta pay this man! And she's like looking at the pile.
Okay, when she gives you the money,
5 minutes later, Hank comes running by, his fat, kind of plump old man, hands over a sack of gold.
I will. I'm going to attempt to slip the money back, except for 3 gold pieces.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
Wait, you're giving me the money back?
25.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, you open it up to look at the gold, and in your demon tail fashion, how do you do it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, thank you. You will not regret this purchase, or whatever. And then, sort of, as I'll wait for them to sort of turn around to go away, and as they do, I'll just kind of like, do they give me a pouch, or do they give me the gold?
Yeah, it was in a pouch.
Okay. Do they have a bag or like a pocket?
He has like a kind of a hand, like a.
Yeah,
short.
I'll basically take out 3 gold pieces and put the bag back in the thing. I turn to Zaya, slam the gold down on the table, and say,
How many
so.
did you put down?
3 gold pieces. I say, so, am I in?
That's all you made?
You
Well,
clearly
I
saw
made-
that.
I made
Oh, I
23
saw it
gold
happen.
pieces, but I wasn't hiding it from you. I was hiding it from them that I put it back. You know, like you heard the auction go up to 23 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, Demon Tail. Yeah, I like you. But don't ever steal from me.
I wouldn't dream of it now that we're traveling mates. Yeah?
Insight check again.
Persuasion or deception?
Uh,
Oh man, it's so bad too.
I am not lying.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as we're
Okay.
traveling mates, why would
How does-
I steal from you?
How does Cortion look?
Cordion,
How do
how
I
do you
look?
feel about all this?
I apologize. I missed some of that whole thing you were trying to sell. That potion wasn't real, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it
real potion of
it was
master.
a test. It was a test on his mastery of like convincing people or charisma or.
I sold a fake
Yeah.
potion for 23 gold pieces, basically.
It
not
was
fake,
it
it's
was
just
it was
not magic.
it was a vial of water called Master
Yeah.
Potion.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
so yeah, man, I'll just punch Demon Tail's shoulder and be like, "You're good. I have faith that you'll be a good addition to Glitterlux Co.
We're called TORC.
But also Glitterlux Co. because Demon Tail's gonna be a part of this because you
Well-
don't want to be.
Demon DT, do you even play an instrument?
He doesn't have to. Did you listen to his speech? This
I've-
is a great introduction for Glitterlux Co.
He's the hype man.
Can't say that I have any proficiency in any instrument, no. But
You must play the spoons at least.
I've picked up a thing or two across my travels.
Man, imagine how much money we could make.
sailing
Demon
across
Tail
the
talking?
seas.
We do need money because we never seem to make any.
As you
At
look
that,
at-
at that
Don't
Demon
tell him
Tail,
that.
Demon
Oh,
Tail's
sure.
expression
Got you.
sinks a bit and says,
But we have a ship.
yes, that
You
is
don't-
true. I
All
was
those
under the
saving-
impression that you did say that you were appointed a council. I was under the impression that perhaps you were under somebody's employ, somebody
Oh,
Yes,
well,
influential, somebody.
When
I am-
it's Lady Maxine, remember?
Remember? How would I remember?
I'm talking to Zaya.
What? Lady Maxine? I mean,
Maxine. She
who
went
is that?
to she went to Waterdeep and because of the giant problem that we had in what's that town's name?
Golden Fields.
Golden Fields. I think Golden Stone, Blackstone, Golden Fields.
I mean, we're not employees of Maxine.
Well, if we fix this problem with the giants, I have a feeling we will get a lot of money for it. But right
Yes,
now, we only
we're-
seem to be spending.
we're on our own. We're working for the giants.
We
Spoke
we,
with,
we pick
the,
up we pick
the
up
Great Father and stuff.
we pick up quests every once in a while. We just need to get more paying quests. But all those savings that you were saving up for a ship can now just be your spending money.
pure profit.
Well, I suppose that that at least it means I'll get to be off the ground once again. I accept your offer, and I will come with you in the continued investigation of these giant attacks, and together, perhaps we can all be heroes of Faerun.
All right. And with that, you guys spend the kind of last moments of the evening getting to know each other, learning more stories of how Demon Tales basically carried everyone through the first campaign. And are you guys spending the night at that tavern?
Yes, of course.
All right.
The whole time,
No.
every now and then in the conversation, Demon Tail sort of eagerly asks, like, "So, can I see the ship now?"
I mean, I'm gonna restate. I'm gonna spend like a late evening, but I'm not gonna pay to stay there. I'm definitely going back to stay on the ship.
Okay.
If Zaya goes back to the ship, Demon Tail is gonna ask to go with her.
Oh, it's yeah, may as well always go back. Cortion, you're off. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm talking to Kristen. I'm having technical issues. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Cortion, do you, I guess we can sleep on the ship tonight? Demon Tail's a little excited.
So we've decided, huh?
I mean, it's not like we had a good choice. Wolverine was convinced, and then he just hooped and convinced me as well. What's your audition, Cortion?
I kind of turn to Cortion and I say, Cortion, you've been rather quiet through this whole thing. Have I done anything to make you feel as though I wouldn't be a valuable member of your team?
It's not that. It's sure you'd be a valuable member, but just don't know yet. Don't know what your motivations are, to be honest.
Well, in my experience, the best way to get to know somebody is to travel with them for a while. After all, that's what adventuring is all about, isn't it?
It's just out of character. That's the most adorable. Just so wholesome.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, that would do. Problem is that you gotta trust them on the first day, and you never know. This guy, that dagger looks pretty sharp. Yes.
I personally am vouching for him. I have traveled with him for a long time before
Okay,
this.
we know Wolverine. You're a sellout to Demon Tail and all. Okay,
I'm just saying.
it
Well,
doesn't count.
I think we need someone. We need someone new because we keep almost dying, and we just lost somebody. So we need someone, and what better kind of companion than somebody that one of us at least knows really well.
I think it's
We could get a complete stranger that nobody knows, and then that's even worse.
Besides,
I mean,
Why would
Cortion
I-
turned out great. Sorry.
why would I build up this reputation as the hero of Phandalin if I were just gonna go and stab some adventuring party in the back? That wouldn't do very well, would it?
This is literally the first time I've heard the Hero of Phandalin story, and maybe everybody in this tavern too. Well, we know that. I don't know if you made up that story.
Well, you've heard I call myself the hero of Phandalin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Isn't it
This is
weird
making
that
too
you
much
have
sense.
the same
title.
More
That's
like
my
the
title.
sidekick of Phandalin.
I elbow him. But
Give him a challenge to do as well. It's so
Jollily.
much fun.
Your challenges don't kill me.
I put my arm around Cortion and I whisper really quietly, "You don't have a thing against tieflings, do you?"
Racist, no doubt.
You know it's okay.
let's not-
They are scary looking and everything, but that's it's the world's changing. Everyone's being more accepting and inclusive. I think whatever hang-ups you have, you should let them go.
Is it? Yeah, it's the horns.
I know. I know that. Really? I know.
Ugh. Look, yeah, okay. If you vouch for him, I'm in.
I
personally,
say,
I vouch for him.
I say, Courtion, would it make you feel more comfortable if you held on to my weapons until we needed them for some occasion?
Wow, he's so trusty.
Oh,
That won't be necessary, DT. Just keep them on you.
You just keep
Because we run into trouble all the time, and if you have to ask him for something when we're being attacked, that just takes up an entire action.
Demon Tail, DT, let me you don't mind saying. You're here to make money and to what else? What's your motives here with my ship?
Adventure calls, that's all. And, I've gotten a taste of what it's like to be a hero, and I think I want more of it. So, when I heard about these giant attacks, I thought, perhaps another chance to do some good, and if I can make some money on the side, that's all the better.
As long as you share, right? You're planning on sharing the money, because if you don't, then I know for sure we can't be a good team. Just putting that out there. I mean, you have to promise to share.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Zaya.
She made me sign the contract before I got on board too. Don't worry.
Yeah. And if I can have the extra that we can't divide, then it's even better.
Yeah, she gets the roundups. Yeah, okay. I'm just I'm not a suspicious guy. I'm just never traveled with anybody.
Alive? Yeah, Cortillon actually deals with more dead people than alive people. Demon Tail, please meet our friend.
Well, I've never traveled with anybody who's bald, but I'm sure that we'll get along just fine.
Did you travel with someone with like,
Right?
multicolored hair too?
It's kind of off-putting, isn't it?
I elbow Courtion and I say, I'm just teasing you. I think that we know that between the two of us, I'm the one that sticks out more.
God damn it, he's so fucking wholesome.
I mean, are there
And
horns
like,
temporary?
Demon Tail,
Like,
for your
is there a
reference,
way
is
to-
like extravagantly dressed too. Like, I don't know if the DM wants to like throw up the picture or something.
Yeah,
I
I'll get
do,
the
I wanna
picture
see-
sorted out.
But like, he looks like he would stand out in any tavern.
I mean, can we like shave them off or something so Cortillon's not so afraid of you anymore?
Hey, I didn't say that.
Shave what off?
I didn't say.
Oh,
say.
sorry,
She
I don't know.
didn't say anything. No, she is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Recon,
I
recon.
was
You're
just-
getting a little long in the tooth, but it looks good.
No, I meant
That's
like
true, I have been on the
Cortillon's
road for
hair,
some time.
if it grows, we can just shave it back, or
We
not.
don't need two bald people.
What do you
And
say?
I give her the like this look like you can't just say that.
I've never met as one of those before, I don't know. I mean, I've met them, I never talked to them.
You can't say one of those.
Do I see them
No.
whispering?
Yeah, they're sitting in front of you. They're kind of just bickering
Yeah.
back and forth.
How do you call them?
Oh, hold on. Is this because I'm a tiefling? I point to myself.
No, I mean, you're just
No, we don't
different
have a
color. No, I mean, you're just, I don't know, you.
Speaking of color, we have another member. He's back at the
Yeah.
ship. We need to introduce you. Come on. We can sleep on the ship tonight. I'm sure you'll love
Absolutely. I'm eager to meet all of your happy crew.
He's a dragonborn.
I don't think I've encountered one of those in my travels yet.
Oh, he's great.
It will be a pleasure to meet him.
He makes the best food. You have to taste it all.
He's a sharp sense of humor, that one.
Before you get on this ship, before you accept all this, Wolverbane, you mentioned the happenings, the most recent happenings.
Very vaguely.
You're talking about Lucius?
Talking about our comrade in arms. Yes. You talked about this?
I mentioned that we had an opening.
Don't you think that it's kind of like so much too fast, like replacing Lucius with some completely different guy like
Well,
this
we're
fast?
gonna be traveling for a while. We have plenty of stories that we can tell him, including how the last guy just died.
Okay, that's not like a story that you want to tell, is it?
I kind of cock my head to the side and say, you've had a party member perish recently, have you?
Yeah.
Still weighs
it's
on
been,
her heart.
It's only been
Though to be
He's troll.
though to be honest, I'm not sure he was alive to begin with.
Let me tell you, he was alive.
Interesting.
He's been it's only been a few days, so it's kind of we're still in mourning.
It's fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah, and that's also excluding the one that we lost the night before that.
Oh, that's who I was talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Trolled.
Exactly how many party members have you lost in the last little
Oh,
while?
there was more. But it's all Wolverine and Cordion's fault. I'm just gonna say that. It wasn't my fault. at
Well,
all.
technically, we've only lost one party member, but if you count the entire crew of the airship, basically
the
everyone
crew
we come
are
across died.
part of the party. They were like our employee. Also, we probably need Demon Tell, if you have any employees of your own, we probably need them as well.
I kind of tilt my head again, say, no employees.
Oh, that's too bad. I
I'm
was
a bit
hoping
of a-
for some.
Bit of a solo adventurer most of the time. In fact, since prior to Wolverbane and I's little adventure around Phandalin, I had never really traveled with anyone before. Well,
But you feel ready to be again surrounded by
since sailing
people
on the
day
sea,
and night?
anyways. I'm sorry?
So you feel ready to once again embark on an adventure with people with you days and nights?
Well, it seems that we have common goals, and more to the point, you have a ship. I am very, very interested in this ship. In fact, can we go to this ship? I've really been waiting to go to this ship.
I mean, we're on our way, aren't we? We're walking in that direction. It's just that we can't park it in the city. I mean, give us a break. It's coming.
Of course, I understand.
All right. So, 4 of you leave the tavern with your new companion, travel back across the southern bridge to the southern gate of Everlund, and towards where you see the distance your ship is haphazardly parked as it's skidded across a grain fields and came to a nice
I wanna
solid
say to Cordian, how funny would it be if like Rogadar moved the ship and then Demondel thinks that this was all a trick to get him to leave the town? That would be awesome.
He'd be tricking us too, though.
Well, we're not leaving the town,
No, we're not.
right?
No.
We have these
We're just
scholars.
saving 5 gold so we don't
Yes.
have to sleep in an inn.
We got a lead.
All right. So as you guys,
Detail, you'll have to in the morning show us where these scholars are. We're invested in this information as well.
Yeah, and I also pull out my last vial of Master Puddle and say, I also need more vials because I only have 1 of these left.
Well, if we can get 23 gold for one of those, I think we should be like industrialized making these things like off a
Yeah, I mean,
conveyor
I know,
belt
right?
or something.
Well,
Yo, I
I
totally
didn't
agree.
sign up to start any kind of pyramid scheme here.
hey,
Just,
it's not a pyramid, it's just you and me. We do this together. Like, I perform, you like make it all great, and then you sell my Master Puddles, and then we're good.
Not sure that I feel comfortable with that arrangement, to be honest with you.
He's a good soul.
Hey, what happened? I thought we had a deal. I thought you, like, we had something in common. Like
as you're having
selling
this
Master
conversation,
Puddles.
you got Lucius, Demon Tell, you see in the distance, you guys approach. You see what appears to be about a 50-foot long ship.
As soon
That
as
is not-
as soon as I
not
like
the
see
ones.
it in the distance, even if Zaya's in the middle of talking to me, my eyes just light up and I just run. I just run to it.
A child in a canyon store. You dash 50-foot long ship. You can see as you get closer on the back and the fronts,
I'll-
mounted large harpoon guns.
I'll-
A red giant balloon lifts above it as a little flame kind of big billows from the top of the ship. And you notice that it's propped up on 2 large skis like a sled. Although the ship is kind of in a little sort of a ditch, so it's kind of angled and it's a little awkward positioned, and
it looks pretty
a
beat
little
up too, right?
Yeah, it's it takes
As
time.
as he's running, I'll say to the boys, now we'll see if Rogadar is doing a good job at guarding the ship.
All right, Rogadar, on the ship, what have you been doing while these guys are around?
Well, so I've sort of spent some time practicing because
Yeah.
just by myself, got to do something. I did some meditating that Anakel showed me. That seemed like a good thing to do.
Mhm.
And then I started a fire, offside the ship, just to chill there because it's kind of camping.
All right.
I've had Coral sort of doing loops around the ship just to keep an eye out for things.
All right. So at the time, as these guys are approaching, would you be off the ship?
Yeah, I'd be on like the side towards town with a campfire going.
Sure, make a perception check.
Are you cooking food?
Oh, I'm always cooking food.
I can smell it. I start to run.
I start to run and I say,
Well, like,
"Charge!"
hold on. I want to see. So, like, if Rogadar is guarding the ship, I want to see what his reaction is to a strange tiefling running toward.
I know, I'm so curious too.
Yeah, you kind of lost staring. You have dark vision? You have dark vision, right?
No, I don't have dark vision. No.
Okay. So as the sun, has been setting, it's pretty dark outside. Staring into the light of the bonfire kind of dilutes your vision a bit, and you cast your gaze out to the darkness, and then go to coils once in a while. But just you look out with your own eyes, and your eyes adjust a little bit to the darkness. But you don't see the tiefling until it's a little bit too late. Until your perimeter of your security has been breached.
I get to the side of the ship and I just start like running my hands along like the wood, and I almost I have to hold back like a tear as I view the majesty of what sits before me, and then I begin to peruse it more, and I see like the damage that's been done to it, and I'm just thinking to myself like, what have they done?
Our best, okay?
And then I wait for the others to catch up.
Rogana, there is a strange individual touching your ship.
Okay. So he made it to the ship before I saw him.
Well,
then.
We'll say that he gets to it, but you notice him coming. But by the time you get up and head over to him, he's at your ship touching it.
Okay. I immediately throw 3 bolts of.
Magic
hold up.
missile.
Yeah, I shoot a first level magic missile, 1 at him, 2 at his feet, as a warning.
All right. So 1 hits you, doing
3 points of damage, just a small little brick.
and then
Who goes there?
So the 3 of you, the other 2 of you, the 3 of you guys see these 3 familiar-looking arcane bolts shoot out of the campfire towards your new companion. 1 strikes him.
Oh, Rogadar saw Demon Tail. They are meeting
And
up.
I am running towards him. And I attempt to grapple him.
I'm kind of like winded, and I don't react like right away.
All right, make your grapple attempt.
Actually, if I see him running, I'll try to dodge out of the way.
All right. Wow.
And then, he dodged the first time. I try grabbing him again. But I suck so bad.
It's staring into that light. It's ruining your dark vision's a little off.
Oh, second time you get me.
So I did get him. And when you see that hand grab, there's another hand with a longsword right up against your face. Speak your business, son. Why are you here?
I say, Dragonborn. What was the name again? Did you guys mention his name to me, or did you just say he was a Dragonborn?
I think it said, we have another guy, Rogadar. He's a Dragonborn. I think it said that. But whether or not you remember a complicated name like that after one time.
Okay. All right, fine. I'll be like...
Make an intelligence roll, see if you remember.
Nope.
You're too drunk.
I say, wait, you're with the council, right? We haven't been properly introduced yet.
At which point,
This is an interesting way to introduce yourself, if I do say so myself.
I'm sorry, I couldn't contain my excitement. It's been so long since I've seen a proper ship.
At which point, Rolbane, Zaya, and Cortion kind of catch up, a little winded.
Wait, Rogadar! He's with us!
No, he's not.
He's friends with Wolverine.
He is now. He's my buddy. This is Demon Tail. Demon Tail, this is Rogadar. We've traveled before.
Rogadar, that was it. A pleasure to meet you. You wouldn't mind setting me down, would you?
You see, like Hogan almost forgot that he was holding you for a second. He doesn't normally grab someone. Oh, sorry. Drops him.
Oh. Oof, you're quite a strong fellow.
You're a nimble fellow.
Yes, well, not all of us can get by with strength like Wolverbane. Some of us have to be the thinkers.
So, how do you know Wolverbane?
Well, it's my understanding that Wolverbane has told you some of his adventures prior to meeting you guys.
Yeah, he mentioned some stuff about a small little dragon.
You are... I'm sorry. Oh, yes, the dragon, yes. It was actually an ancient red dragon, but, Wolverbane, he can be fuzzy with the details, I'm sure you've noticed. Well, my name is Demon Tail, and I am the Hero of Phandalin. The one who, with Wolverbane's assistance, of course, discovered Wave Echo Cave and protected it from the plot against it from the infamous Black Spider.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Well, you see, I've been adventuring across Faerun, investigating the very thing that your council was designed to investigate. And when Wolverbane and I ran into each other in Everlund, he suggested that perhaps you might have some use of my talents, particularly my ability to sail a ship. You see, I used to sail on the seas of the Sword Coast.
Interesting. And how do you fare against giants?
The key question.
Well, we did take on, a small... I'm lying. A small group of giants, about 5 or 6 of them, I believe, once attacked Phandalin, and with some help from Wolverbane and a couple of my other companions at the time, we managed them handily enough.
Insight check?
Yeah.
Don't worry, your deception's gonna win, I'm sure.
Not my best roll.
That's too bad.
Yeah, give or take one giant or two.
Give or take. Yeah.
It was only one.
I might have lost count given how many of them we had to take down. Once you dispatch one, the rest just sort of come naturally.
Might be a stretch, but I understand stretches. Everyone stretches the truth a bit. But still, like 3 or 4 giants, that's pretty dang good.
Oh, he's really good with daggers. Come up and shank him from behind, slice at their Achilles tendon. No one's even the wiser.
And of course, my trusty rapier has skewered 1 or 2 fiends as well.
He's a master fencer.
Do you know the risks? The last time we let a new member join, he almost died the first day.
Oh yeah, that was
Glance at
Corjon.
I'm still not totally sure if he will survive.
To be fair, I don't think Corjon has ever been in a combat situation before.
Yeah, that's true. Was it your first time in a combat, Cortion?
No.
Is he lying? Inside check.
Insight check. I want to do that too.
I don't know if you're lying.
I reroll!
If you're lying, see.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled so bad! I don't know anything!
No, I'm not lying.
Corjon, you have to do a deception or
I'm not deceiving anybody.
Okay, so...
From what you gather, he's telling the truth. He's from what you've seen, he's pretty battle hardy.
Wow, so he fought before? Dad, that's crazy. We all
must have been
thought
an
we
off
were
day.
like a first tryout.
I've
That
never
was his
fought
addition.
an avalanche. Put it that way. Well, it almost
I
got me,
say,
alright?
So I kind of
What was that?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I kind of pull out my rapier and give it a few sort of elegant swings around, and I say, "Well, Rogadar, you have nothing to fear. Demon Tail is well versed in the art of combat and will have no problem in any situation that we get ourselves into. In fact, it's been a while since I've had an opportunity to use my particular skills, and
Rogadar, you
I'm
wanna give
itching
him
for an
addition too?
opportunity."
Like, I've been auditioning him, and Wolverine auditioned him too, so Rogular, you can try him out as well, you know? Give him another one of your skills competition thing.
Doesn't sound like I have a bad idea.
Right? It sounds great!
Initiation.
What do you say, Demon Tail? A short little bout between the two of us.
Like a duel.
Oh, this is what I want to see. This.
I know! It's
Like a
fun
duel.
time.
Well, I mean, if you insist. And you can tell that Demon Tail kind of thinks he has this in the bag. Because he's arrogant. And I pull out, so I keep my rapier out, and I also brandish my my dagger of venom in the left hand. And I prepare myself.
So, from before, you see me sheath my longsword, and I just reach my hand out, and the glaive just appears out of the mist into my hand. And then I ready myself in a ready stance, of course, but
I got an echo coming from Rogadar.
it
Well-
shouldn't be me.
No, that's so, are you guys actually gonna fight? Have a little duel?
I guess so.
I mean, like, non-lethal damage is
Yeah.
Well, non-lethal, like, non-damaging damage, just, like, hits almost.
Okay. Well, make an initiative roll. See who gets the jump on each other.
I am going to take out my Earth Mother cornucopia, and I'm going to think about kiwis, and I'm going to see if I can get some kiwis.
All right.
Do I do a D100?
Yep.
I got a 100.
Wow, really?
Natural
That's
100.
a lot of
Maybe you needed it for something. One of those D100 tables. You just wasted your one luck to get a wish spell, and you turn over the kiwis, and the most glorious, juicy kiwis you have ever seen just come tumbling out.
Oh, they're so nice. I don't want to waste them, but I take a kiwi and I put it on the end of Demon Tail's rapier, and I take a kiwi and I put it on the end of Rogadar's glaive, just so that damage is less lethal.
Wolverine, as you dig through the kind of just going through the mound of the most perfect kiwis you've ever seen, you reach
Zaya,
in.
put these in your bag. We need to keep these.
I mean, they're gonna rot. I want to eat one now.
Go ahead.
Wolverine, you kind of reach down to the pile and you feel something hard hit your kind of fingernails. Clunk. There's like a hard
What?
kiwi in there.
I pull it out and look at it.
It's like a golden kiwi.
What
A
the?
kiwi made of just solid gold. Pure, unadulterated, polished to the tea gold kiwi, which just looks like a gold nugget, almost a gold potato
Is that the one he's
Little bit
offering
of
me?
fuzz.
with a little fuzz. but
No.
it's
What? I didn't know this could do that. How much is it worth?
We're gonna say it's worth 200 gold pieces
What?
of solid gold.
That's the most
Wow.
pretty fruit I've ever seen.
Wow. Drinks are on me tomorrow night.
All right, so top of the turn order we have Cortion or Rogadar. Sorry.
Like, wait a second.
Oh, you count natural 20s on initiative?
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
just...
no, it's Demon Tail.
Yeah.
Demon Tail. So you watch Rogadar get in a ready stance with a glaive that he conjures from the mist.
So, I mean, I don't know Rogadar. I haven't seen him fight. So the correct roleplay thing to do is I would run to get in within 5 feet of him
All right.
to
You'll say you're
attack.
50 feet. They're kind of like you guys are like 10 feet away from 15 feet away from each other, I guess. So you run in. Demon Tail charges it towards Rogadar.
So the moment he steps foot just a little too close, the glaive lashes out for... Oh, 16. I miss.
Yeah, you miss. I dodge out of the way.
Nice.
So I come in within 5 feet. Do you get another attack because I moved twice within your moving range?
No, I'm not going all out yet.
Okay. And then I guess I'll strike with my rapier.
All right.
19 to hit.
As your rapier swings, you see this magical barrier just form around me, and your glaive and your rapier just glances off a bit.
Okay. And then again, don't know Rogadar well, so I swing with my offhand my dagger as well.
Again, you're just hitting the same magical barrier.
Yeah. And I kind of pause for a second, being like, oh, like what's this magic? That's my turn.
So as he ends his turn there, the first glaive comes in for a natural 20.
Goodbye, Demon Tail.
Doing 33 points of slashing damage, but I don't hit him with the sharp edge. I turn my glaive halfway, and I just smack him across like the shoulder with the flat end of the blade.
All right.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah, like Demon Tail kind of staggers from the impact and looks rough, but he tries to put on a strong face and pretend like he doesn't.
And then the other side comes for a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Again, 14, side of the blade. And then the bottom of the blade comes in for a 16. That one misses.
I dodged that one.
All right, with two smacks you watch, and you can hear it almost like his bones crack.
As a reaction, so on the second hit, when like I realize I need to take this Dragonborn seriously, I point my finger at him, sort of like holding the dagger and pointing one finger out, and I cast Hellish Rebuke on him.
Oh, jeez. Now we get to see what Demon Tail has.
So make a dexterity save.
I fail it.
So 21 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
And that ends Rogar's turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Demon Tail. Wreck him.
I'm gonna try and attack with my rapier again. 21 to hit.
And again, you just see this shimmering shield appear around me.
Now the DM's pain is upon you! The struggle is real.
I don't even know what that ability is.
Shield. He casts his reaction.
Yeah, I'm
Plus
casting
5
shields
AC.
on myself.
Okay,
Wait, time to speed up
Demon Tail kind of thinks for a moment, and he jumps back, and he moves his full movement away, and then uses his bonus action to dash another 30 feet away.
So when you take a step just a little too far out of range, knowing my shield has covered me. Oh, I did. Oh, no, mind, you're good. Yeah. You're
You
good.
don't get attacks of opportunity
Yeah.
because of my subclass.
No, I already used my reaction. No, I didn't use my reaction. I didn't enter a ready stance.
Sorry? You used shield, which is a reaction, right?
Yeah, shield's my reaction. And then I can't, not because you subclass, but because of something else. Technicality, keep moving.
Okay.
You're both talking about different things, and they both work. So
All right.
regardless, Rogar cannot make the attack of opportunity on him.
Okay, so basically I get like 60 feet away from him.
Alright. Rogar.
Okay. Seeing him standing that far away, I am going to sort of just stand my ground and conjure a firebolt and shoot it towards him.
Alright. You watch the fireball.
I shoot way wide. I can't even see him that far, really.
Kind of just disappears towards the city. And
When did Rogadar learn all this magic?
And then I enter just another ready stance, keeping my eye on him.
Alright.
I asked Zaya.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I thought he. I don't know. He always fights like this, no? Doesn't he?
Oh, I'm never paying attention in the middle of battle. I had no idea he knew magic.
I mean, it's not magic like my magic. It doesn't count. But it's still good.
Fireballs and magical shields? News to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, he does that and nothing else. I mean, basically, he has a few tricks in his sleeve.
So I trained with him for like nights on end. He never showed me that stuff. I need to know some magic.
At which point, Lucius, Firebolt goes what? Firebolt goes what?
Demon Tail, you mean?
Demon Tail. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this one.
I will dash towards him and try to go in for another strike.
All right.
You should change your roll 20 name.
So
from
again, when you
physical
come
feat to demon
close, you see the same glaive pattern just again strike out. And I say the same for a reason, because you dodge it.
18 to hit.
I'm gonna not cast shield.
Okay, how merciful of you.
How many times can you do that?
So you take 15 points of damage from the rapier,
Okay.
and then no, dagger venom can't come swinging. How would you say that Rogadar's looking right now?
He looks like unfazed, basically.
Demon
Whereas
Tail
yours
is
is-
beginning to realize he might be a little in over his head.
Can we interfere at some point or no?
If you guys want to.
He's going to. Well, I guess he's gonna do nothing. Yeah, he's just gonna wait, and hope his nimble feet save him on the next round.
Okay. So now, seeing Lucius standing right beside him, Rogadar is going to Demon Tail standing right beside him. Sorry, this is going to take a while. Rogadar is going to attempt to grapple again.
All right.
Natural 1.
The darkness and the sudden burst of lights of that burning bonfire of yours just throws you
Tried
right
to
off.
grapple me.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll? I guess I
Yeah,
can also
if-
roll a natural.
You're all
one.
wrong. Exactly.
And then I'm just going to try it again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
So then once you grapple, I'm going to say, you know what? You did better than Kortion did his first time.
What are you? What are you talking about?
If you're satisfied, I'm satisfied.
That was a compelling match.
Demon Tail says, yes, I think that we've both proven our mettle in this battle, and I know that I can certainly trust you to have my back in a fight. It was a close one. It was a close one.
And did I hear mention about a ship? And when I say that, you sort of just, I just stretch a bit, and I look even better as I use my second wind.
Demon Tail is at 1 hit point, but doesn't want to let it show. So
No.
I am back up to full hit points.
no. Oh wait, are you immune to fire damage?
No, when I rolled my natural 20, I gained temporary hit points.
Oh.
And then I took your fire damage, which ate those up. I took your sneak attack. And then I just gained back 15.
Well. Yeah, so Demon Tail plays it off like, oh, it was a good fight, close one, close battle.
Can we
I
tell?
pat him on his back
Do you
really hard.
mind
just to see.
letting me? You're still holding on to me.
Is he bleeding? Can we tell?
Oh, sorry. I put him down. I pat you on your
Okay.
shoulders.
Rogadar only hit him with his blunt side of the blade, so he's not bleeding.
Oh. Can I poke him?
You can do whatever you want.
I'll
For
poke
one
him.
Demon Tail winces a little bit, but keeps a roguish smile on his face, and says, "It's a beautiful vessel that you have here, but it seems that it's seen some action. Is that right?"
I mean, it has been
Oh.
through lots of battles.
Attacked by so many dragons and griffins, you'd be surprised.
Yes.
Of course, I would expect nothing less from Wolverbane's adventuring party.
Did I hear something about you captain ships before?
I've sailed many a ship on the sea next to the Sword Coast. Been all around.
He shall be my new assistant.
Well,
Okay,
we have a
Bob-
strange structure on our ship.
Frankly,
Somehow that we all ended up being captains. Caused a lot of turmoil.
well, it's no wonder your ship has parked the way that it is, if that's the case.
Oh yeah, it was kind of dark. We couldn't see so
Yeah.
well.
There may have been a tornado.
That
What's
too.
DM? What's the name of the ship again? It's completely drawing a blank.
I'm not gonna tell you what the name of your ship is.
I'm gonna look at the side and see what the name of the ship is. What's it say?
Did none of you remember the name
You
of your own
guys
ship?
named the ship. So
After
unless you painted the name on
Harshnag.
it.
You named it after Harshnag.
Grim. The Grim. right?
Harshnag the Grim.
The Grim.
Yes, it's called the Grim.
Okay. So I put my arm around Demon Tail and I lead him to the ramp that goes up to the ship, and I say, Demon Tail, welcome to the Grim, and I walk him up to the main deck.
The Grim, eh? I like it. I start sort of exploring around the ship, just wandering, taking everything in. I'm
You look
particularly
around.
interested in... You kind of hear Demon Tail muttering under his breath as he goes, like, yes, okay, this is familiar. Yes, I definitely understand that. Oh, this is a little different. And he kind of comes to the elemental in the middle and looks up towards the giant balloon. Sort of says, well, this part is certainly different.
Oh no, this is the most important part of the ship.
Well, I got this part down. Mostly. I haven't burned the ship down yet, at least.
Yes.
Suppose that the heat from this elemental here somehow elevates the ship. Is that correct?
That's
Ah,
right.
yes. And I walk over and I sort
And
of
cooks
pull
their
on the
food.
lever to allow more hot air into the balloon.
See the elemental kind of react.
Very
Just like
interesting,
that.
very interesting. And as Demon Tail sort of continues his perusal of the ship, he slowly makes his way up to like the steering wheel. And you see just his hands just slowly, lovingly, just curl around the spokes on the wheel. And he just closes his eyes with a big smile on his face, and like holds them in his hand for a minute.
He can feel the breeze in his hair, and if he opens his eyes, I'm blowing on him.
I say, I have missed this so much. Well, when do we set sail?
Well, I think tomorrow we're gonna go see about those scholars that you were talking about. I'm sure they have information on these.
Yes,
giant
yes.
problems.
I had forgotten all about it. I suppose we probably should do that.
And I got a couple things I need to do. Sell some items that I have on me. I think I'm gonna look for a weapon tomorrow too. What does everyone else want to do in the morning?
Said Wolverbane. You left Phandalin with the most magic weapons out of all of us. What,
Really?
Which is true, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Wolverine, you never told us about this.
I pick up my
use could you
my,
possibly have for a common weapon?
I pick up my hand axe, and I say, "Well, yes, this is magic, but look what happens." And I let go of it.
You watch as Wolverbane, as the axe falls, so does Wolverbane. And they both land on the deck poof, with a heavy thump, and Wolverbane's just completely knocked out.
I turn to the
That's
others
new.
and I say, has this
It
happened
happens
often?
All the time. It's
No.
okay. Just I walk over, I put the hand axe back into his hand.
And you watch Wolverbane stir awake.
See? Problem solved.
So yeah, I'm thinking it's cursed. So a throwing axe that I can't let go of is not really useful, right?
That's
I see.
hilarious.
So, you don't suppose that this has anything to do with, Boop, do you? I mean, that's the one that you let him hold on to for some time, is it not?
Do you think Moop cursed it? We were best buddies.
Well, as I recall, that friendship didn't end on the best of terms. If you know what I mean.
No, not someone else that died.
He died, but we were blood brothers to the end.
You see, like, a look of kind of like, if you say so, come on Demon Tail's face. Well, if,
Who's Moop?
Long story for another day.
Did you lose another party member, Wolverine?
Well, I wouldn't call him a party member. He was like a mascot. He was a little goblin.
Goblin. Why would you have a goblin around with you?
He was showing us our secret hideouts, and we were teaching him how to be civilized member of society.
But
It was like a Big Brother program.
Goblins are pests.
Well, that's all I have to say about that.
I kind of lean over to Rogadar and I say, he was a bit of a pest, but Wolverbane liked him. We let Wolverbane keep him as a pet, you see.
As a pet. It's like keeping a rat as a pet, though. You just don't do it.
I lost my
Unfortunately, he met an untimely demise during our fight against the Black Spider.
Do you want to remind him who killed him?
Huh. Interesting pet choice, but to each his own, I suppose.
Well, it is late, and I am eager to get this ship off the ground. Perhaps we should take our night's rest and take care of whatever business we need to in the morning?
So Wolverine, are you gonna kind of share your room with this new buddy?
Yeah, if that's okay with you, DT.
Anywhere where there's a bed is good with me.
Well, they got these awesome hammocks.
Sounds just like my life on the old ship.
Alright, so...
Oh, I got an idea. Do you know what we could do? Let's lift the boat up into the air and sleep in the sky. You'll get the little sway motion, it'll feel just like you'll just fall asleep like a baby.
I kind of look to the elemental. No, actually I don't. I say, well, without somebody to control the ship, it will drift. You do understand that ships drift, right?
We have an anchor, right? You could set an anchor and have it float.
No anchor on this aircraft.
What?
It lands on. Well, it lands Wolverine. I mean, you guys have haphazardly parked it here.
Well, yeah, it landed because we had to get off it. But see this gun we got here that shoots this giant, what is it? Arrow? Harpoon. It has a harpoon and it's attached to a giant chain. We could shoot it at the ground and it'll keep us in spot.
That sounds like a terrible idea, Wolverine.
Hey, I'm just trying to cater to your tastes.
Well, as the crew member on board who has the most experience sailing, if I'm not mistaken, I think it best that we leave the ship on the ground until somebody's going to be at the helm.
Whatever you say.
Alright, so you show Demon Tail the quarters of the airship and the remaining rooms and sections. And I guess you guys retire to your rooms.
Yeah, there's actually something I want to do. I guess while they're having this conversation, can I go downstairs and I want to basically engrave my name on one of the doors?
Sure. Which room are you taking?
I'm gonna take the top.
What's your character there?
Oh. So I'm gonna just assume that this is my new room. They're all the same size.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Okay, because if there's a bigger one, I want the bigger one, obviously, but that's okay.
Biggest one for the smallest person.
Yeah, why not? So I'm just gonna assume that is officially Zaya's room. I'll tell everyone as they come down. as I'm engraving my name, and I want to make it like decent size and like put like little stars around. But I'm not gonna put Zaya. I'm gonna put glitter locks on the door.
All right. Demon Tail, make a perception check.
10.
All right. Alright, so you guys head down below deck. You see Zaya is carving and has carved.
This is officially my room. No one enter without permission, please. You know, a little bit of privacy is always welcome.
And you all retire to your rooms.
I'll choose the room opposite of Zaya.
Yes.
Cortion, hi! Welcome, neighbor. I mean, you know, this is my room now officially. Do you want me to carve your name on your room as well when I'm done? Because, I mean, I can do it if you ask me.
Yeah. Just can you spell Cortion?
I mean, it starts with a K.
Ugh.
I mean, if you spell it out, I can do it perfectly fine. I can even write the Great Cortion and no one else, or like Cortion, the Lord of the Dead.
Let's
Cool.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Cortion will do. Yeah.
Cortion, the Lord of the Dead.
Here. Okay, give me the knife. And I'll scratch it in, and I say,
just a little more in that corner.
Sorry.
A little more in that corner. Yeah. Keep going. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then 2N, always 2N, right?
Oh, 2N. Well,
2N.
see, now I can make a check under your name and not mistake the name, which I won't do. But hey, if you want to do a check for myself, please don't do it for Glitter Lux. Put it for Zaya Wind-toppled with a W.
What's this crazy? Why is there 2 eyes, little dots above your eye here?
Because it's not Z. It's Zaya. Otherwise, it's not gonna work, right? Why do you have 2N? Otherwise, it still does
fair
Cortion.
Here's your knife.
Alright, so you guys retire to your rooms. Is there anything else you want to do for the night? Alright, so you have a nice little rest, a well-deserved rest, and
Well, it depends if Demon Tail feels like talking or if he's just gonna go to sleep.
Demon Tail kind of collapses into the hammock. You see his tail sort of hanging out over the side of it. And, normally, the Demon Tail might have been up for a conversation, but he's secretly pretty wiped from his fight with Rogadar. So he falls asleep pretty fast.
Okay. I, without realizing that he's fallen asleep, I had started talking about how we came across my village on fire and the entire village being destroyed and my father being dead, and then how I lost the axe, but he doesn't get any of it because he falls asleep.
You're wondering why so insensitive.
I open up to him, like bare my soul.
Yeah, it's like first time you've seen an old friend in so long. He's like, you want to catch up?
It ain't happening. Alright, anything else anyone else wants to do? So, you wake up in the morning, and it's going to be a nice day. Starts off with a light drizzle in the morning, but you can see it's already starting to clear up by the time you guys wake up. And the day is yours.
I wake up and I look at the wonderful door that I carved, and then I look at Cortion's. Does mine look better?
You make dexterity checks.
Hey. Okay.
It's straight up dexterity.
Straight dexterity.
Oh!
I can reroll this. Ha ha ha. Don't let you guys get fooled. 22. That's better.
Should be the natural one. It'd be so much better.
Yeah.
Mine looks good.
Yeah, yours looks good because it's got a lot more detail and intricate designs that go around your name. Cortion just wrote his name.
I'll shake my
Mine
head a
looks
little
really
bit,
well.
and I'll say, Cortion should have let me do it. And I walk out.
I scribble another eye, another dot over the eye on mine.
It looks better.
Alright, so do you guys head back to town?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to keep, on the way, I'm assuming we're going to go see the scholars, but on the way, I'm going to keep my eyes out for any kind of weapon shop or smithy or some kind of place that looks like it would have magical items Or
I'm interested in the magical stuff too.
Or
Should someone stay with the ship?
silvering place.
Is there a guard we could hire to guard the ship?
As you guys get out of your ship, as you guys come on deck, you see that your ship is not surrounded, but being flanked by an armed patrol of local guards.
Okay, flank like attack?
No,
Oh.
standing next to your ship.
Oh.
About 10 of them, 2 of them being mounted, and those 2 mounts carry spears, and on the ends of the spears are the banners.
Kiwis.
Oh, hello everyone! I'm Glitterlux. You're here for the show? I mean, we also have the Heroes of Phandalin on board. Is that why you're here?
I think you mean the hero of Phandalin and his sidekick.
Yeah,
I think you mean that too.
Yes, that's what I meant. But all of these famous people are on this ship. Is that why you guys are all here to protect us?
One of the bannermen kind of ride up a little closer to the ship and says, "Are you TORC?"
Oh.
Who? What? I don't know. Who's TORC? Why are you looking for them?
Yes, we are.
Oh my gosh! I'm Glitterlux Co. Actually, I'm just here to entertain. What do you guys want?
She isn't. The rest of us are. What's up?
Everyone that is with TORC, then. The Archmage Crowan Valhero would like to speak to you.
You have to type that out.
Can you leave a couple guards to guard our ship?
He nods and he designates 3 guards. And says, "You, and you, protect the ship."
So at this point, Demon Tail feels like he has a bit of a read on Zaya, and he kind of leans over and whispers to her, "Zaya, Archmage, sounds like somebody who has money."
Yeah, actually, it sounds kind of cool, but I always want to check before I say yes to going with. I don't want to get imprisoned or something. But now I'm okay with
You no
going.
longer have any reason to fear. Demon Tail is here to protect you.
My number 1 fan. Oh, that's great.
The mounted soldier says, "We will wait for you at the Moongleam Tower." And
Which one's that?
Well, you could escort us.
No,
Save
we
some
don't
time.
need escorts.
We don't know where it is.
Yeah, but we also
Yeah,
want
we're
to do
coming
other
right
stuff
now.
on the
We're just
way.
gonna follow you.
Very well. All members of TORC, follow me.
See
I
how it
Get
have
out
to
of the ship.
protect them. I'll come too.
He points his spear. He just points to you and says, "That won't be necessary. Only members of TORC are required at the Moongleam Tower."
Okay, well, I was kind of lying before. I mean, if you could see through lies, you would have known.
Make a persuasion check.
because of your lies.
Like the boy who cried wolf.
He says, "I understand your concern, but the city is safe, and only members of TORC are required at the Moongleam Tower."
Oh,
Okay.
that's too bad, Zaya.
I mean, you guys are really gonna leave me behind? Is that the game we're playing now?
Guards, get this weirdo away from us. He's bothering TORC.
Courtian, I'm so gonna screw
He
your
kind
name
of
on
looks
your
at you,
door.
Courtian, and says, "Sir, is everything okay?"
This fan is all over us, over our traveling band TORC.
He points 2 members. We can have her apprehended and thrown in jail.
Oh, no, it's fine. She's the
Okay,
joker
okay,
of the group.
no.
She can come along.
She is actually TORC's official scribe.
I was gonna say sponsor.
You don't get to choose your role, scribe.
She,
I was gonna
uh,
say-
if you're a
Jester.
sponsor, that means you have to give us money. You
What?
haven't sponsored us in a long time. You need to
I mean,
sponsor
no.
us.
Isn't it like if I'm described, then you have to pay me to
There
work?
seems to be some discrepancy between
Oh crap!
your roles here. She may accompany you to the Moongleam Tower, but may not enter.
Okay, I honestly
Alright,
don't want to
I'm
wait
fine with
outside.
that. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
So, following the patrol, leaving 3 men behind, you follow the 2 mounted units and the remainder of his troop into town. And now you see, as the sun is up, the day is starting to begin, many caravans are entering and exiting the town. As you get closer to the town and into the streets, you can hear the hustle and bustle of the large market that you had passed before in the night before. The market stalls are all open, and everyone's out and about trying to sell their wares. You see ships sailing up and down the Rauvin River that cuts through Everlund. You head towards what appears to be a large tower. He points it out. To the north, there is a tall tower. It's made of black stone, It's built with 4 kind of towers connected, shooting upwards into the sky. On the top of it is a large, what appears to be, again, what you noticed yesterday is a almost like a signaling mirror that's shaped in a crescent moon that sits atop this black tower. He kind of points out and says, "That would be Moongleam Tower," and it continues to ride northwards towards the market. As you guys head over the southern bridge, near the bridge, you see what appears to be a town crier just shouting out the daily news, the local information, and some extra tidbits of gossip. You hear him scream, "Explosion in the south! Source unknown! Noanar's hold no more!" As you walk past, you hear, "Are giant attacks on the rise? Fire giants seen along the Evermore way! Avoid the Evermores at all costs! Dangerous creatures lurk in the mists!" Just as you keep crossing the bridge, his voice kind of fades away into the crowds where you hear, Everlund separates from the Lord's Alliance during Ender's voting."
What?
And the last words are just kind of lost. And you hear him keep yelling some random stuff in the background. You pass through what appears to be the marketplace, a large stall, sectioned off area where they sell all sorts of goods. You see food, you see artisan crafts, silverwares.
Does it look like
Silverware?
Does it look like I'm not going to be going in the tower?
They're allowing you to walk. It's a public place for you to walk into the streets. So you're free to
At
walk.
some point along the way, I'm going to whisper to Zyre and tell her to polymorph into a flying snake, and I can sneak her in. Because she'll look like coils.
That's a good idea. Okay, so should I follow you guys? Okay, I definitely keep track of this market area because I want to come back after.
All right. It's not hard for you to keep track. It's kind of like almost a central place. To the northeast of the market, as you guys make your way up to the northern part of the market, you see what appears to be a kind of a large parliament sort of building. Tall walls with guards walk along it, but it appears to have some sort of political meaning. Banners of Everlund fly high on its walls. But you continue onwards towards the Moongleam Tower. At which point, Zyre, polymorphing into a snake?
I will polymorph into a flying snake, but I'm actually gonna walk off before I do it. Like, I'm not gonna get in front of the guards.
So you see Zyre peel off kind of into one of the alleyways nearby, and it's a flying snake.
So I come back as a flying snake, and I just perch myself on Rogadai's shoulder, and I pet him with my wing.
You pet him.
And Coils sort of just disappears miraculously.
And Coils is on your arm somehow.
Dismissed to a pocket dimension.
All right. So as you guys approach the tower, it's tall, and it appears to be almost the tallest, likely the tallest structure in Everlund. The crescent moon beams, kind of with the light, the morning sun beaming off of it. As you approach, you notice there's quite a few guards that surround this tower, and a lot of looking scholars, a lot of acolytes, a lot of intellectual-looking individuals. They wear white robes with blue trim, or white clothing in general with blue trim, and with a sort of bluish gray silver emblem. They wear them as a pin. Some of them have it on kind of a patch, but they all wear the same similar emblem around this tower. And it looks like a crescent moon, similar to the one situated on top of the tower. But inside the crescent moon is sort of situated what appears to be a small harp.
You guys have certainly gained some influence, I suppose, in your travels.
Well, we run with the higher ups and all over the place. We even had cloud giants conversing with us at one point.
Oh, this is very exciting.
As you approach, the guards fan out, and the one guard on his horse says, "Welcome to the Moongleam Tower. Please enter. Wait in the lobby, and Archmage Crowan Valhero will meet with you shortly. And they kind of stand outside, and you see these two large doors that are open. They're ajar, enough for people to enter it and come out. Is available for you guys to enter.
Can you tell me again what's the symbol on the?
It looks like a crescent moon, so like a crescentish moon.
With a harp.
Is it like this? No.
Well, that's a crescent moon, yeah. And then inside the crescent moon is a harp.
Oh, okay.
You guys can make history checks if you want to know if maybe what it is.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll do that.
Of course. Well, man, you ain't no shit.
I don't know things. I had no education. Well, I had a little bit. I had a good education actually. What are you talking about?
Humantail just assumes that this new adventuring party he's gotten himself into, they must know their stuff.
Yeah, Cortion, you've seen this anxiety as well, but you're a snake.
Yeah.
You've seen the various factions of the North. This appears to be the faction of the Harpers. The Harper faction being sort of like the opposite of what the Zentarum are. The Harpers are information gatherers and plant a lot of spies and have a lot of kind of underground networks of information that passes through Faerun. But
I have a question.
yes,
Would I recognize the symbol because Ozavar had a brochure
yes,
which he showed to all of us and told us
Yes.
it was for the Harpers?
How do you
Yes.
remember that?
They were
From
kind of like Jehovah's
ladies-
Witnesses.
Yeah, Sister Ariel tried to recruit Osavar, and in the brochure there was a kind of a puzzle, a sort of thing to see if he really understood what it was all about.
No, there wasn't a puzzle on it.
As far as you
Definitely
can
wasn't a
tell.
puzzle. Just a brochure.
And so Osavar never really figured out what it was all about, and never really joined the Harpers. But you do recognize, you recall Sister Gariel had helped you quite a bit in the Battle of Phandalin. She was a Harper agent. And
Right.
Corten
This
knows
is
that,
all just in Demon Tail's head.
Okay. So yeah, but the Harpers you would know are kind of information gatherers, but they do it differently from the Zentarum, where the Zentarum do it for personal gain and power. The Harpers believe that no one should have one single power, that everyone should have the power. They use this information to help people. So you enter the Moongling Tower. It's an interesting tower. Again, it's if you look at the map, you can kind of tell there's four cylindrical towers that are connected by a central main tower that shoots up where the mirror situates itself on the top. You're entering on one of the four towers, and inside there's spiraling staircases that go upwards to different floors. But you can see in the center, kind of center portion, the center tower, is actually made of a lot of glass, a lot of window, multiple floors that go all the way up. But it's almost like a large archive, a huge library of information. You see acolytes and scholars moving about on the different floors.
Did the guard follow us in?
No, they didn't, but there are guards within, and scholars and acolytes all about. You see wizards, you see various students.
Because like if we ever like cross somewhere where there's no one, I want to transform back.
Okay. Again, but the central tower, as you can see the different floors and through all the large mirrors or the large windows, just floors and bridges that connect to different sections, and ladders that scale up into the shelves that you can reach. But it seems to be a large archive. Shortly after, as soon as you guys enter, you see a tiny little gnome, a very old-looking gnome, kind of just make his way with a little walking stick towards you. The stick is quite impressive. It's made of almost like gold and wood combined, and on the top there appears to be like a reddish-looking flame that's been carved and painted. What appears to be painted on top of on the staff, and he wears a robe that looks similar to Roganar's. It's got patches on it. You see patches of a door, a ladder, a boat, some gemstones that maybe have diamonds in it, just in case someone dies.
Humantail has no idea what this is and thinks it's very strange clothing.
No, it's absolutely strange.
What an odd pattern.
when Rogadar sees him, he sort of like points, yeah. He grabs the ladder patch and he just whips off the ladder patch and smiles.
As you pull it off, you see this 50-foot ladder just appear. All the acolytes kind of
24
gasp.
foot.
25 feet shoot up, and all the acolytes everyone gasp. The guards go for the weapons. And the gnome
Why
says,
would you waste that, Rogadar?
Oh, I have so many ladders.
The gnome says, no. Put your weapons away. It's quite all right. I like you. You seem to know a thing or two about your robe. And he too pulls out a patch of a ladder and then, but he's a gnome and it showers up. And he's like,
I like to try and grab it before it falls.
A couple guards rush in as well and hold it, and there are two 25-foot ladders just towering in the main lobby of the south tower of the Moon Gleam.
I just lean it against one of the book stacks so someone can get the higher books up.
Yeah, he says, "You," to the guard, "take this into the archive. They can use some extra ladders." And you see the guards kind of take the ladders and bring towards the archive. But the doors of the archive are heavily locked. You can see into the archives through all the windows, but the doors that enter the archives are guarded. There are, they have to go through the guards. There's giant locks that they open up and allow people in and out of. It seems to be a high security to get to the archive itself. The gnome then turns to you and bows and says, "I am Archmage Crowan Valharrow. And I presume that you are TORC."
I look at Rogadar. He's kind of, since he's kind of made a friend already out of him.
I have a quick question, actually.
Sure.
How far away were those doors?
Into the archive?
Yeah.
Easily 50, 70 feet away.
Okay,
They're
never mind.
the length of the tower that you're standing, all the way down to the center.
Demon
Too
Tail
far away
takes
for me to do something.
Demon Tail takes one step forward, takes off his hat and does his bow, and says, "Demon Tail is what they call me. The Hero of Phandalin. You may have heard of me. Sister Gariel sends her regards." And he puts his hat back on.
Sister Gariel. Yes, how is she doing? How is her mission in Phandalin?
Oh, she's doing quite well last I left her, although that was some weeks ago now.
She was on a mission to find a book. Did she ever recover that?
It's the 6th of
Apparently, my watch thought that I asked what the date was. So, did we got the book, right?
You got the information for her.
Oh, yeah, we got it from the Banshee, I remember, yeah. Actually, Wolverbane and myself had a hand in advancing that mission.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad it all worked out. Come, TORC, we have much to discuss. Follow me. And you follow him. Kind of, at this point, he's leading you along the ground floor. Again, there's in each of the 4 towers, you notice there are staircases that spiral up to different floors. But he leads you to the north tower. So you kind of skitter your way around the central chamber where the archives are. And you get a good view inside of it. And there are tomes and books galore. But he walks you to the north side of the tower, where he leads you up a staircase that spirals upwards. You walk up and up, floors and floors. For a little old gnome, he's quite athletic. I mean, he doesn't let up in his stamina. But you follow him up and up, to a point where you feel like you've almost reached the tower, the top of the tower. And you cross what appears to be almost to the center of the tower. Just judging by kind of the directions, you're probably over the archives and just below the Moon Gleam signal mirror. There's a large set of doors where a pair of guards open up, what leads into what appears to be a large chamber. And Archmage Valharrow says, "Welcome to the Hall of Secrets. Come inside." And you enter, and it's a quite ornate chamber. It's like a conference room almost, with a large oaken table, round table. And he heads towards one of the chairs that is propped higher, of course, so that he can sit and be elevated at your height. But there are guards stationed throughout the room. I presume you guys Take a seat.
Am I still a flying snake at this point?
Are you?
Well, I mean, did I get a chance to...
There was people all about the tower. There was never a point where there was no one there.
Okay, so then I
You
guess...
get the sense that this place is highly secured, and there's. Okay. So you enter the chamber and take seats, I presume.
Is it a round table or a rectangular table?
It's a round table, a large open round table.
I'll take the chair across from the archmage.
All right.
Yeah, I would take a chair.
Okay.
Yep. I'll sit.
You see the center kind of. There's a large map of Faerun. There's kind of flags pinpointed in different locations, little figurines placed around the map to indicate some sort of information or agents. As you sit down and situate yourself, a guard approaches the archmage and hands them what appears to be like a folder, almost. The archmage says thank you, and the guard retreats. He sets the folder down and opens it up, and you see there's a lot of kind of papers and parchments that he kind of sifts through. He eyes you all very carefully, says, TORC, the Ordering Restoration Council, or committee, depending on who we've asked. We've got different reports. Which is it?
Council.
Either or.
Council.
I like committee personally,
So, still no answer.
or company,
You see him
or,
kind of
or
take
crew.
He starts jotting some notes as you guys are speaking.
Oh, company. I could go with company.
Company's cool.
Company. Is
Everyone?
it company?
It's company.
Interesting. Good to know. And he fixes the note, scratches out, and writes company. He goes.
We don't do a lot of sitting around at tables discussing how to do things. We usually just go out and do them. So I think company works.
Very well. No need to justify your reasonings. We just need to know. He says, he kind of goes through some couple of papers. He says, Wolverbane. That is yourself? Looks just
I
like your
raise my hand.
sketch.
Show me.
He shows you a sketch of, he pulls a paper, and a separate piece of paper from what appears to be a kind of dossier of yourself. And it's a sketch of you with a great axe.
Is it like a child's drawing, or is it like
No, it's a sketch.
pretty good sketch?
Based on the background, it looks like it's a picture of you standing near or right around the yawning portal, possibly. It was like a picture captured of you in Waterdeep.
Oh, I didn't pose for anything.
He just laughs and says, "Of course not. Rogadar. And this is yourself." And he shows you a picture, and it's a picture of you in Belliard, they'll say. Walking down the street of Belliard, just wandering, looking. It's got you looking at like a flower pot, a sketch of you looking at a flower pot. It says,
I don't always look at flower pots, you know. That was interesting.
His smile fades and kind of looks at you very seriously and says, "Don't worry, we know." Courtion, the
I don't
newest
know what you know.
the Courtion, the newest member of TORC, I believe.
Can I be like flying over the map while this is happening and looking at it more closely?
Just out of the open. He says, "Please, Rogadar, have your flag snake at your side at all times."
Okay, I go back.
Okay, I summon coils. I summon my flying snake to my arm. Don't worry, it's okay.
Very much appreciated. Courtion.
No, I summon actual coils, not Zaya.
Oh. He looks and says, "Who does this snake belong to?"
Oh, you'll probably have a picture of her, Zaya, somewhere in your files.
Yes. Shorts, full of energy, too much hair, lots of color. Where is she?
I point to
She's the
flying
one with
snake.
too much hair.
And he just kind of looks around.
Okay,
No, I
okay.
point to the flying snake.
And he looks at the flying snake.
And I'll go like if there's any like chairs left, and I'll
There's some
sit.
chairs.
There's no?
There's a lot of chairs.
Oh.
It's quite a large table to situate a lot of agents.
Oh, I heard the opposite. Okay, so I will go on one of the empty chairs, and I'll pop back out and say like, "Ta-da! What a marvelous entrance did I do, right?
Just like your notes.
Also, tell your guards they didn't want to let me in, so that wasn't kind of them.
Did you deny being part of TORC?
I mean, at first, but I totally changed my mind right after, so it doesn't count, right?
As you can understand, this is a very large facility of secrets. The highest precautions must be taken.
Well, if you have a picture of me, you shouldn't be out in the open yelling, "Are you TORC?" That's not very secretive either.
Are you a secret organization?
I mean, no, we're not.
Well, then there you go.
But you just said this is a secret thing. You're confused a little.
Just like your notes.
I thought they were your notes, not my notes. I mean, I can keep your notes if you want.
He says, I see that common is not your first language. Cordion, your newest member, but we are missing somebody.
Can I have that picture, however? Like, when you're done with our discussion? I kind of like to keep portraits of myself. I don't have a lot.
He just kind of side glances at you and says, we are missing one member, Lucius, the key member here for today's discussion.
We should take a moment to, in remembrance of him, you know, a moment to
I don't
just
understand
gather.
what you're saying, Zaya. Please, someone enlighten me.
We need to take a moment to just remember him.
He's
Well,
dead.
Yeah.
He looks at you kind of a little side glance like, sorry, come again. He was just with you in Calling Horns.
Oh yeah, he
You
was with
heard
us
the
in Gordon.
caller about the massive explosion just south of you?
Yes, I was actually going to ask about that.
He
Yeah.
either had something to do with that, but he was in that.
We received reports of an airship heading towards Noanar's holds. We had an agent stationed there. We lost contact with her. It's reports of a large explosion.
She's
What
probably
happens?
dead.
He takes out a fresh parchment and says, please, if you could, give me all the details.
So,
There's
quick
nothing
recap of zombie horsemen hunting people and things.
Slaughtering the town.
Lucius dying and them taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Us returning back to the airship. And shortly thereafter, massive explosion.
He's fiercely taking notes and kind of asking you to clarify certain details. And says, we were aware of the huntsman, but we'd avoided interfering. It's unfortunate to hear of the town, but such an evil threat has been eliminated. We will have to notify our agent's family, I suppose. But thank you for giving us this information.
You guys were looking for our party member Lucius?
Ah, yes, we had business with him. With all of you, but because of him.
Oh no. What did he
What
do?
was them?
He says, as you know, as we all know, giants are causing quite a stir here in the Faerun. Now is not a time for faction debates and faction wars between Zentarum and Harpers, Lords and Lights and the Enclave. I have, let's just say, a high-ranking contact with the Zentarum that I keep in contact with. They told me that TORC was coming to Everlund, and that a particular member of their ranking, a viper named Lucius, would be seeking some assistance. As a favor that I owe, and in a sense, helping all of us, I agreed to provide some assistance that I think would help TORC. I was hoping to meet Lucius myself and pass on this Zentarum gift of sorts, but I'm sorry that he has passed. And unfortunately, we'll just have to carry on without him.
What's this gift you're talking about?
Ah, yes, well, before we get to that, I just need a little more information, if you don't mind. And he kind of goes through asking you questions about different accomplishments you guys had. He asks regarding the defense of Golden Fields. He knows quite a bit about it. Your kind of party composition, how you defended it, what happens. But he kind of fills in on a little more details regarding some fires that somehow spread throughout the wheat fields and kind of just the minor details. But he's really picking at the minor things. He knows what happens generally. And he's got quite a bit of notes on it. He asks regarding the Groundhog, the activity in Groundhog. He's again somehow has quite a bit of information on that as well, but doesn't really know what happened on the interior. Asks for details whether or not he lied to him or not. It's up to you. He asks strange things like, where did you get the baby, the hill giant baby that you delivered to Waterdeep? What happened to Rassalantar?
Can I at some point ask him who's his informers? How does he know all this about us?
Well, you would know that this organization is the Harpers.
The Harpers were following us all the way around?
He laughs and says, my dear, the Harpers are everywhere. Our eyes and ears exist on every corner of every street, on every road that cross Faerun, in the skies and in the seas. We are a network, a web of information. That is our job, to keep the world safe with information. We have information on everything and everyone. He kind of goes through other various things. At Fail, he asks about Babs and what were you guys talking about? He asks what she gave you. There's reports that she gave you something, but the report's already complete.
She gave me the most wonderful kiss on the cheek.
He kind of gives you a weird look and signs off on that. And he basically kind of goes through all these different things, but avoids anything regarding the giants. Doesn't really ask what happened after Mirabar, why you went north, what happened to the frost giant that you were traveling with. These sort of information that he kind of just doesn't really go into. After some time, about 30 minutes of just questioning you guys, he says, all right, very well. I have a gift for you on behalf of the Harpers to perhaps assist you in your traveling around Faerun. And he looks to one of the guards and waves him over. The guard hands him a folded up piece of parchment, at which point he unfolds it. So it's a large piece of parchment, and kind of sets it on the table in front of him. He says, come, gather near me. I am old and tiny. My arms cannot reach you. Presumably you guys walk up. And
Yeah, we gather.
Oh yeah.
You see this, a piece of parchment that looks like this. Six circles combined with little, surrounded by glyphs and runes. And in the top of the corner, you see it says the Harper Teleportation Network. He says, my friends, do you know what this is?
Not a clue.
There's
Well,
no
I mean,
wizard among.
it's labeled, so I would say that it's the Harper Teleportation Network.
Ah, yes. He adds that. He starts writing something down under Demon Tales dossier. It says, very good. I presume, from my reports, that you have never teleported as a group. I don't believe any of you have teleported. You don't have a wizard amongst you. And my reports have... There are no jumps in your travels. So I presume you've never traveled before in teleportation. The Harpers use these circles. They are very secret. They are very hidden. We have one leading to all the major cities in Faerun. We will allow you access to them to expedite your travels. I know you have your airship, but trust me, teleportation is quite quicker if you need to make a quick stop.
To go to Neverwinter and Yartar?
Yes, we have a station in Mirabar, Neverwinter, Everlund here, Yartar, Waterdeep, and Loudwater.
Loudwater?
That is so cool. We could go bar hopping in 6 different cities in one night.
Wow,
You
that's
must be careful with
crazy.
teleportation. Teleport too many times in one day. You get a little sick.
Oh well, I mean it's like hungover sick, right? So I mean, is this teleportation thing in this tower? Like, how do we know where to find it?
I will show you how to access the one here. And I'll give you details of where each one is in each city, who to contact, who to talk to, and how to get there.
That's amazing.
At which point he gets up and says, "Very well, that is all that I have for you. My job is done here. You may go. Good luck on your travels.
I mean, when are you gonna show us how this thing works?
I'll have one of my guards escort you."
Oh, I mean, can you tell the guard that I'm actually part of TORC and I was in your note files? Because they were not really kind, the ones you sent.
He just gives like a tired glance to one of the guards who's standing in the room. The guard just nods.
Oh,
Sits
and you
back.
might your notes are a little out of date. You need to update them. We have Demon Tail here, who is also part of TORC now.
Yes, we heard your conversation last night.
It's a little
Fair enough.
creepy.
I mean, the
No,
one
I-
in their bedroom or the one in the tavern? Because that's two different situations.
In the tavern, of course.
They were sharing a room.
Need I
Kuya.
remind you, Everlund is a stronghold for the Harpers. What happens in our city? We will know.
Just putting it out there. You didn't say much about the giant in the region.
He kind of just narrows his eyes and says, "Why would I?"
Well, a lot of people are talking about that outside.
Yes, and people like you are taking care of it. And we hope you all the best.
So
Well,
you
is this a problem that you need us to solve immediately?
It's a problem that we all need to solve together. It's a problem that is rising. The activity of the giants is not decreasing. Although your work in Groodhog has subsided some of the hill giant activity in the area. Fire giants spring up all about. The frost giants are pushing in from the east coast, or the west coast. The stone giants are coming out of their mountain strongholds. We're facing this threat every day.
So tell me, aside from supplying us with access to teleportation circles, what else are the Harpers doing in order to combat this giant threat?
We are gathering information about their positions and notifying the cities nearby so they can inform their guard and make the correct decisions in defense and attacks as necessary. We're doing as much as we can in intelligence gathering as to why exactly this is occurring. But to be honest, my biggest concern is that as this threat grows, I fear that the dragons will feel threatened, and they too will seek to grow. I fear a war, almost of power between the two, will spring up. So we are putting our attention towards the giants, but as equally towards the dragons.
Well, we certainly can't let that happen. That would be
No.
catastrophic.
Absolutely.
But while we're here, perhaps you could save us a stop. You see, I had heard rumors that somewhere in this town were a group of scholars with plenty of knowledge about giants. Surely this information you have it all at your disposal already. Is there anything that you've gleaned from them that might be useful to us on our adventure?
He says, "I presume that this contact of yours or this information is referring to us, the Harpers, here in the Moongleam Tower. I cannot permit you access to the archives. That is only available to higher-ranking members of the Harpers. However, to assist you, I will allow you to draw up some questions, some inquiries, and I'll have my people look through our information books and our archives to provide you the answers that's necessary. How long will you be staying in town?
Maybe like 2 days?
Before heading to Silvery Moon, perhaps.
That's right.
Okay. Make your list of questions, your inquiries regarding the giants that you wish to know.
I mean, do you have parchment? Do you have ink? Are you providing us with that as well so we can write it down?
Deliver it to the Moon Gleam. To a guard, and they will deliver it to me. I'll have my men look into it, and we'll deliver it back to you.
Wow, that sounds like...
Does that
so
sound
much
fair?
work. There's so much administration work going on here.
You stand in one of the major strongholds of the Harpers. There's information regarding everything here.
Cortiana, you're not a member of the Harpers by any chance?
No, not myself.
Oh.
Oh, no.
He is not just a cleric of Kalimfor.
Oh, how'd you know that?
That was easy.
Oh, do me next.
Wolfbane. Terrified of dragons. Lost a friend in Thunder Tree.
I wouldn't say terrified.
Would say
Not what we-
terrified.
It's not what our reports say when we captured one of the dragon cultists of Thunder Tree and interrogated them. I'm sorry for the loss of Riodoth. He was a great member of the Enclave and a good friend.
Oh, real dog. I've heard good things from Dementail about him.
Very well. That is all I have for you. Feel free to wander the city and bring your inquiries regarding the giants to us, and we'll provide you the information as best as we can from the archives. He gets up. And he says, will there be anything else?
Just a moment of your time. If the rest of you want to head down already.
I mean, we can wait if you want.
Oh, you don't have to.
No, but we're not in a rush. We don't mind.
Okay, well, talk amongst yourself. And I sit down. I walk over to Archmage Crowin, well, Harrow, and I say, so what is this about Babs that you're so interested in?
We just, from what I understand, the reports say that she handed you an item of sorts, and we try to keep tabs on the magical items that get passed around, of course. If you're referring to the activity in your bedroom, yes, we are fully aware it's in the reports. And what happened in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. And the report is just missing the minor detail of what she handed you. We are unsure whether it was magical or not. I'm not sure.
And I kind of twirl the wooden ring that's on my finger, and I say, but why are you so interested in whatever it could possibly be? Do you know something about it that I don't?
No. And if I did, he kind of smiles and says, that's classified. And you see him write something down in his notepad, in his book.
Well, if you find out any information about anything that something that was given to me could possibly do, I think that it would benefit the quest and the mission to know that information. But I will leave you in your collection of information, and expect if you were to find anything that your contacts would let me know. And I wink, really obviously.
He says, I'm sure they will.
Good day.
A good day. And one of the guards leads you guys out, and as he opens the main door to the chamber, a familiar looking type of creature flies in and towards Crowin and lands on Crowin's shoulder, and appears to be a flying cat, similar to the one you've met before. Not the same one, it's a different color, it's black. But it lands on his shoulder and kind of nestles up against his cheek.
That's a
pets
real
it.
throwback.
Yeah.
Good
And,
old relics. Relics, right?
yeah. And with that, the guard shows you leads you down the stairs. You see some more chisels kind of flying around at this point. To the east tower, where it leads down into a chamber down below, where he shows you the teleportation circle that is located there, and how to use it.
Shiny.
Yep. Let me just do something here real quick before we go.
Demon Tail rolls his eyes and says,
Oh,
"Why on
no.
earth would we use this kind? Why on earth would we use this?"
Oh, you're muted. You stopped talking.
I missed
But as you guys approach the chamber, it's a large chamber door that a wizard uses
Test,
to
test.
knock.
Yeah.
To open an arcane lock to get through, and he introduces you to an apprentice, a small apprentice mage who's watching over this circle. And that's where we'll end for the night.
I don't think we'll have any use for that.
it.
We can feel the wind through our hair. We can sail the open air. Who would ever want to give that up for mere teleportation?
Why does your voice sound so low?
What is
now?
happening?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
My mic like messing up.
Yeah.
Voice distorter? It sounds so deep.
Oh wow, that's so creepy.
It's like when
I was wondering that too, but I thought it was just
He's like, he sounds really epic. Oh, we got an echo too.
that's hilarious.
oh, that's great. It's
Does
so
it
great
sound-
because it's recorded.
Does it sound the same now?
Now you're good.
That's better.
That's good. Okay. I
It's like
replugged
you're-
it in. I don't know what happened. That's weird though.
Well, we all want to know what happened.
Cause like I bumped the cable, and then you guys said that I cut out, so I
Yeah.
like fixed it and put it back in, and that's really weird. Anyways,
That's so weird.
all right. Well, thanks for
Cool.
watching. Anybody on Twitch or anybody who comes along and watches on our YouTube channel later to catch up on the adventure, and we will see you. So normally we don't play on Wednesday nights. Normally we play on Thursdays at about 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 6:30 to 7. We tend to start late. So we hope to see you around, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.